Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into a really big question, one that's definitely on a lot of people's minds, how artificial intelligence is changing the way we work.
It really is. And you hear such a mix of reactions, don't you? Like real excitement on one hand, but also, frankly, some genuine anxiety.
Totally understandable, both sides. And that's why in this deep dive, we want to get beyond that simple, maybe slightly scary question of, will AI take my job?
Exactly. We're looking at it through the lens of our source today, which is titled AI, Reshaping Work, Not Replacing Workers. And it helps frame a much more useful question for you, the listener. Which parts of my job could AI change? And crucially, how do I adapt?
That really is the core of it, because the reality, and our source makes this clear, isn't that AI is some single huge force about to roll over everything. It's more subtle than that.
Precisely. It helps to think of AI as a diverse set of tools. Some are really impressive, sure. Others are still pretty limited. And a lot of them are, frankly, still untested in the real world.
Okay, so if it's a set of tools,
Mm.
what are these tools actually good at right now? Where does AI really, excel?
Well, the source points out that AI really shines with tasks that are repetitive, structured, and very data-driven. Anything that follows clear rules or patterns.
Okay.
Take data analysis, for example. AI can sift through just mountains of numbers in seconds. It finds patterns that might take a person days, maybe even weeks, to spot.
Yeah.
That's a massive efficiency gain.
And it's not just number crunching, is it? We're seeing AI get pretty good at text and image generation, things like drafting emails, pulling together reports, even generating artwork or music snippets.
Right. And customer service, too. Chatbots are a big one there. They handle the common questions, process simple requests, and they can run 24/7, no breaks needed.
Mm-hmm.
And that extends into routine decision-making as well. Things like approving basic loan applications or doing initial scans of medical images.
So why is it so good at these things?
It comes down to consistency, really. The source says it doesn't get tired, bored, or distracted. It just executes the rules over and over.
Okay, but that consistency comes with limits. And this is where it gets interesting for us, right? The source is also clear that AI is still far from human. It has some pretty big weaknesses. What's the human edge here?
Well, a major one is that AI doesn't understand things the way people do. It's essentially a prediction machine based on patterns it's seen. It doesn't grasp meaning.
So like subtle judgment calls or understanding cultural context.
Empathy.
Exactly. That's still firmly human territory. AI might recognize words associated with empathy, but it doesn't feel it or truly understand the situation behind it.
That's a really important distinction. And what about creativity? AI can generate some impressive stuff. It can remix existing ideas, as the source puts it, but actual original creativity.
Yeah, that's different. True innovation, like the kind that sparks something genuinely new, that often seems to come from lived experience, from curiosity, intuition, things that aren't really programmable.
And then there are ethical decisions. This is a big one. Machines can't weigh values or make moral choices. They just follow instructions.
Which can be risky if the instructions are flawed or biased, right?
Absolutely. Or if the situation changes. AI tends to break down when things go outside its training data, outside the rules it knows. Humans are just much, much better at improvising and handling unpredictable stuff.
So the bottom line is, AI isn't replacing the full spectrum of human skills, especially not judgment, relationships, empathy, those core human things.
That's right.
So if AI struggles with those uniquely human skills, what does that mean for jobs? Which roles seem most at risk, according to the source?
It generally points to roles that are heavily based on those repetitive, predictable, rules-based tasks we talked about earlier.
Like administrative work, scheduling, filing, data entry.
Yes, exactly. A lot of that can be automated. And customer support, too, especially the first line of contact chatbots, are already taking over a lot of that.
Right. And I guess things like content production at scale, like writing tons of basic product descriptions or SEO articles.
That's another area. And longer term, you have things like transportation and logistics with self-driving tech potentially changing things.
But the source is careful to add a nuance here, isn't it? It's not saying these jobs just vanish overnight.
No, not at all. It's more that the demand for human labor in those specific task areas may shrink over time. The roles might change, or fewer people might be needed for the same output.
Okay, so on the flip side, which jobs seem safer? Where does that human edge really matter?
Well, think about roles that depend heavily on creativity, empathy, and complex decision-making. Healthcare and caregiving is a big one. People generally want care from people, especially in vulnerable moments.
Makes sense.
And skilled trades, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, that work is physical. It happens in unpredictable environments.
Oh.
AI isn't really suited for that kind of hands-on problem-solving work.
Right, and creative professions themselves, writers, artists, designers.
Yeah, while AI can be a tool for them, the source suggests that the unique human perspective, the originality, that's still highly valued. And of course, leadership and strategy.
Setting a vision, motivating people, handling complex social dynamics. Yeah, that feels very human.
Definitely. So even in sectors that might see some automation, there are still crucial roles where trust, empathy, and that original spark matter most. Humans add value there.
So this leads to maybe the biggest takeaway from the source. AI is probably going to reshape most jobs rather than just eliminate them.
That's the strong consensus, yes. And it's not the first time we've seen technology do this, is it?
Not at all. The source uses some good historical examples, like ATMs. Remember the worry that bank tellers would disappear?
I do. But what happened? Tellers started focusing more on customer service, building relationships, handling more complex issues. Their role changed.
Exactly. Or spreadsheets. They get rid of accountants.
No, they changed what accountants did. Less manual calculation, more high-level analysis and advisory work. The tool shifted the focus.
And it seems likely AI will do something similar. It'll take over repetitive parts of jobs, freeing up humans to concentrate on the harder, more uniquely human parts.
Right. The source gives some good examples of how this might look. Imagine a lawyer using AI to instantly scan thousands of legal documents.
Okay.
That frees up the lawyer's time to actually interpret those results, build the case strategy, argue in court the high-level thinking.
Or a teacher. Maybe AI grades multiple choice quizzes.
Exactly. Allowing the teacher to spend more time mentoring and guiding students, focusing on individual needs, fostering critical thinking, that human connection.
And a journalist might use AI for initial research or data gathering.
And then spend their energy shaping the story with insight and narrative, finding the human angle, doing the deeper reporting.
So the core idea is the jobs don't just vanish, they evolve.
Precisely. Which brings us back to that crucial question. What is the human edge? The source really highlights three main pillars.
Okay, what are they?
First, creativity and originality. AI remixes existing stuff. Humans generate genuinely new ideas. Second, emotional intelligence. Trust, empathy, connection. You can't automate that.
Right.
And third, complex judgment. Making good decisions when you don't have all the information or when the information's conflicting. That's still very much a human skill.
So thinking about you, the listener, what does this all mean practically? The advice seems clear. Don't panic. Prepare.
Absolutely. Preparation, not fear. And step one is actually learning to use these AI tools.
Yeah, treat them as assistants, not threats. Knowing how to use AI effectively actually makes you more valuable, not less.
And at the same time, you need to consciously focus on those human skills that AI can't replicate. Develop your creativity, your communication abilities, leadership skills, complex problem solving.
Those become your superpowers, in a way.
They really do. And finally, perhaps most importantly, stay adaptable. The job market will continue to change. It always has. The more open you are to learning and evolving, the better you'll navigate it.
It really boils down to a pretty simple idea, doesn't it? Don't fight AI, learn to work with it.
That's the essence of it.
Yeah.
So wrapping up the core message from our deep dive, AI isn't some job-eating monster lurking around the corner.
No, but it is a powerful force that's going to reshape how work gets done in almost every single field. Some roles might shrink, sure. Others will grow, and nearly all of them will change in some way.
The key, as we've been discussing, is recognizing where human value lies. That creativity, that empathy, that complex judgment, and really leaning into developing those skills.
So will AI steal your specific job? Probably not in the sense of just eliminating it entirely tomorrow, but will it change how you work? Almost certainly, yes.
And the hopeful angle is that if you adapt, if you focus on your unique human strengths, AI might even open up completely new opportunities, things you haven't even thought of yet. So maybe the final thought for you to consider is, what new possibilities could AI unlock in your work if you learn to work alongside it?